Hi everyone. Please excuse the fact that I'm not looking or sounding 100% at the moment. I just wanted to share this because it just highlights the simple things that we often forget. I've had an eye infection all week, and at the beginning of the week it was really painful, and then it started just becoming painful in the afternoon. I don't know why. Um, and I think it was a bit of conjunctivitis, which in itself I thought was really strange because unless I had it as a young child, I don't remember ever having it in my entire life. Um, and anyway, it was only on Friday, yesterday, I finally had the thought to look up its metaphysical meaning in a couple of the books that I've got. And of course, I resonated with it straight away and acknowledged it. And as soon as I did that, the pain went away and my eyes actually started improving. And yeah, I thought, oh, it's so simple, isn't it? We often just forget to acknowledge what the symptoms are trying to tell us and just treat the symptom itself. I tried flushing my eye, doing all of those things. And it wasn't till I sat there and thought, look up what it's trying to tell me. So yeah, just a reminder that I wanted to share. Now I've got to address the other things that are bugging me. The energies the last couple of weeks have been very interesting. This week seemed to be a mirror of last week, where we had that rumbling that I talk about, and it often shows up on the chart as an active status on the KP level. That sort of, it's not quite a storm, but the potential's there. So yeah, I think that's the rumbling on one aspect that I feel. Anyway, it seemed to have this on-off rumbling and then storm level leading into the weekend, minor storm. And this weekend was a repeat of that. Storm levels here in Australia, it was, I think, about 11 o'clock on the Thursday night leading into Friday morning around 11. And then it was active for a very long time afterwards. We're calm now, it seems. I started calming down Thursday morning, like internally. And so to me, that signifies the energy's landing, and we'll see it show up soon, which it did on the chart later that night. Not saying that is so. It's just a correlation that I've come to notice with my own observations of myself and how I react to things. I would like to say it's going to stay calm, and this could be entirely my own personal stuff that I'm dealing with. But even though I finally have a bit of time to just sit here by myself, I'm feeling that rumbling and building again. So I'm feeling like something else is coming. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, as usual, what unfolds. I also wanted to talk about, and it's a personal share, but I think more as an example. I've been really, really triggered lately, and looking at it, I can see that I've been basically existing in this highly reactive state. Mornings especially, my better half has made me see that I wake up very reactive and angry, usually because I'm being woken up against my will after finally falling asleep. Or I've had a little person next to me all night kicking me because, she's come and climbed into bed at some point in the night, and there's, no restful sleep. People that say sleep like a baby have never slept with a baby or watched a baby actually sleep. It's far from restful, I can tell you. But I realized that I was stuck in this state, also because physically, emotionally, on every level, I'm actually very exhausted and need to just build up those reserves. But then I started looking at it as what's in it for me. And I don't mean that in a selfish way, like what can I just take from this situation for my own benefit entirely. Um, it's more an acknowledgement. Okay, I've created this, or at least co-created it. I must have done it for a reason. What potential is in this for me? Is it an opportunity to master myself? Generally, everything is, but I'm beginning to see the gift when I'm triggered, if I use the opportunity wisely, and not go into that victim mode where it's like everything's happening to me and I can't change it. There's always a way to change it, I'm realizing. And generally, as my better half again pointed out, starts with attitude. So, and that's not always easy, because it's a fine line between acknowledging how you're genuinely feeling and letting that be so, and finding healthy ways to express it. And I'm really realizing too that anger is not a negative emotion, as long as that anger is used to fuel positive changes. Anger, when it's used for vengeance or for hurtful purposes, is not healthy. When it's used to recognize that it's triggering something within you that you do not like and that needs to change, then it can be healthy. Because at its core, anger is a protective mechanism. It's there telling you, this does not feel right to me. So again, it's realizing that when something triggers you, it is an outer world poke, but you're not supposed to focus your attention on the outer, on what's happening outwardly, because all that's doing is reflecting what's going on within me. And so when I feel that poke of a button being pushed, or something raw being prodded, instead of turning around and lashing out at the person that's done it, or the situation, whatever it may be, I now see that, and I can't say that I'll do it every time, but if I can get into that state where I step back and just witness what's happening without judgment, then I can see how I can shift something within me that will then have that knock-on effect to being reflected outside of me, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's been a pretty tough couple of weeks actually, because I've felt very raw for that entire time. I've had a lot of different emotions coming up. I've spent a lot of time crying, but I'm seeing that that's a good thing. It's a release and it's healing, and it's serving a more beneficial purpose. It's letting it out so that new things can come in. But if you've been feeling not yourself and not even sure why, normally we know, okay, it's these energies coming in, it's influencing, but sometimes it's deeper than that. It feels like this is affecting me bigger than it normally does. Yeah, on some level it's a force of nature that's beyond your control, but it's happening to force you to control the only thing you can, which is the self, and how you choose to perceive and express into the world. So yeah, if you're feeling particularly triggered, if you're feeling like you're really struggling, perhaps try to see the opportunity in what's been created. And at the very least, you've co-created it. Or potentially, if we don't use our creative powers at all, then we simply exist as a part of somebody else's creation, as I've once heard. And I thought that was quite powerful. So you're either creating or you're existing as part of someone else's, participating as part of someone else's creation. And I think I would rather be creating. So yeah, sorry, I'm drifting a little bit. because I'm extremely tired and I'm going to go to bed after this. But if you can, see the opportunity in whatever's bothering you. The more you're bothered, the more opportunity is there to shift something within you, to reveal something, to find something that's been buried that can change this whole situation that you're experiencing. So what's in it for you? Not in a selfish way, not what can you gain at somebody else's expense, but what's in it for you? What potential is here for you to take from it? Is it a lesson? Is it a contract that you're fulfilling? Is it an opportunity to discover something about yourself and bring it to your conscious awareness and therefore bring it to the world? There's something in it for you. Trust me. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. It's up to you what you find if you go looking for it. So, yeah, I'll try and get back on in a couple of days if I can, when I have another day to myself. Otherwise it will definitely be in a week or so, because I feel like something's building. We'll just have to wait and see what. So yeah. Anyway, I'm thinking of you all and hoping that you're doing well wherever you are and whatever you're doing, and sending you all big heart hugs, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.